Well, the injuries just keep coming for the Chicago Bears as the Bears just got word that they have lost Dayo Odeyingbo for the remainder of the season. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go and get into this content for today, y'all. So, according to NFL Network, Dayo Odeyingbo did tear his Achilles tendon on Sunday against the Bengals and will miss the rest of the 2025 season. When you look at it with the Chicago Bears, I talked about it on today's daily episode that Austin Booker's job was to take the starting position away from Dayo Odeyingbo. Where now it seems like we got Austin Booker back at the right time, especially after the game that he played, as Dayo is now going to be off the team for the rest of the season. We're going to be without him. And, it is what it is. This is just another hit for the Chicago Bears that have been getting hit by injuries all season long. When you look at it, the Bears defensive end group is Montez Sweat, Daniel Hardy, Austin Booker, and Dominique Robinson now. And Robinson also missed Sunday's game as well due to an injury. And so the Bears still have a four-man rotation at that defensive end position, but this is a quite considerable hit. While Dayo only did have one sack on the season, he was a big body that could be in there, that could fill some space, do some things like that. He's been solid in the run game, not amazingly well at all either. But this does thrust Austin Booker now probably to being the starter on that opposite side of Montez Sweat. Now the question is what do the Bears do with this? Do they go out and look at a veteran edge out on the market? Do they go out and maybe trade for an edge, which is something that has already been some rumors around, some edges that could have been available for the Chicago Bears? We'll see what Ryan Poles ends up doing. But this injury is just another hit from a starter for the Chicago Bears, and we've been getting hit with injuries for the entirety of the season. Keep in mind, the Chicago Bears gave him a 3-year, $48 million deal, with $20 million of that being guaranteed for next season. So now that Dayo is now going to be rehabbing from an Achilles tear, he's going to have to get surgery on that Achilles, and then he's going to be rehabbing from that. I don't even know if he's going to be healthy by the start of next season. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but this is now for a team in the Chicago Bears that need pass rushing help. This is another hit to their defensive line that already hasn't necessarily been performing the best over the course of the season. And we just got Austin Booker back on top of all of that. So, we'll see what the future does hold for this Bears team in regards to their pass rush. But one thing that's not going to be in the future, at least for the rest of this season, is Dayo Odeyingbo. He's not going to be on the team and in the rotation for the remainder of the season. And the Bears are going to have to now figure that out. So, we'll see. Achilles says, nah, bro, even more useless and cashing out on Chicago. Yeah. Damn, so excited. Can't even wait till 12:45. I agree. F that. Pass rusher on the way. Well, I don't know. I really don't know, Jay Capone. I mean, I'm not mad if Ryan Poles does go out there and get a pass rusher, but we'll see. Well, time to trade. Who the hell is going to take a defensive end that is almost 300 pounds with a torn Achilles? It's nobody. Dayo injury gives Booker more reps the rest of the season. Yes, it does. It does open up more for Austin Booker, who, looked really good, had a strip sack in yesterday's game. We'll see what happens. He need to go. Well, he's going to be here. He has a guaranteed contract for $20 million coming off a torn Achilles. I don't really think anybody's going to take him off the Bears' hands. But with Austin Booker's rise, hopefully Dayo is just a bench piece. And I know that's an expensive bench piece, make no mistake about it, but it is what it is. Damn, yeah. Evie says, breaking news, Dayo out for the season is not a surprise. Well, one could say that even when Dayo was in for the season, he was out for the season because he hasn't really made an impact for the Chicago Bears all this season, if we're just being 100% honest, especially not for the 3 years, $48 million that Ryan Poles signed him to. He's just never made that level of impact for the team. I didn't read the whole before clicking. I was saying, all I said was Io, and I heard you out for season, my heart dropping, and I realized the intro. That's crazy. That's wild. Hope polls make a trade at the deadline or somewhat help this defense because I give the defense this season a C+. It has its moments where they came up big, but also had moments like yesterday. You're not wrong. It has not been consistent. They've had some really solid moments where they've given us plays when we needed it the most. They didn't yesterday, so it is what it is. I believe he wanted to be injured because all he did was bull. That's crazy. A lot of season-ending injuries around the league. That's every year, Joe. That's no different. That's every year you run into that. Now, no, not you. For the Bears have been fairly lucky at that in the recent years, but it is what it is. Trade for a top-notch edge. Philly has signed top D and 2 quarterbacks over the past week or two. Yeah, it's not that simple. It's not that simple when you look at the Bears, the cap situation, and the assets. You have to give up a lot for a top edge. A top edge ain't just easy to get. You don't just walk into the store and be like, let me get one of them best defensive ends. Pull that off a shelf 3 for me. Let me get that. I'm going to go ahead and check out. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. Baki in the building says, what up, Haize? Pole's got to make a move, if anything, for depth purposes on his D-line. Listen, we needed help on the D-line even before this. Right now, Austin Booker's return helps. C.J. Gardner-Johnson and how he is in pass rush as well, it helps. But if this Bears team wants to really compete and have a chance in the playoffs to even win a game, they may need more than that. And we'll see if they can go out there and find it. Man, you better play through it or we send an SP out. And first of all, that is a wild inside joke. If you get that joke, I love you, but that is wild, my boy. That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. Next man up, whoever's next need to go out there and mindset I should be starting improve. It's not that simple. Like, I get it. That sounds great. It sounds rah-rah. But at some point, the next man up that you're talking about is barely an NFL player. Like, you can only go to the next man up so much before you're at the level of you're in the back end of the bench, and the Bears don't have that. Like the next man up is Dominique Robinson, who I will say this has performed pretty solidly as a depth piece this year, but we've already seen Dominique Robinson as a starter is not, right? So you only get so much out of the next man up mentality. Like, that is for your first player coming off your bench. When you get into third and fourth, the next man up can only do so much. But it's up to Dennis Allen to scheme it. Montez Sweat has been making more of an impact lately. He's put together 3 really solid weeks of making an impact. So we'll see if this continues to grow, as the season goes on, man. But my boy said, get SP on him. That's crazy. That's crazy. Eagles are most likely Super Bowl bound too, so it makes sense. Again, yeah, a different level of it. Is Johnson and Gordon done for the season? I don't think they've made that determination yet. He's out for at least 4 weeks, and then he's going to have that 3-week window to try to come back. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Gordon. As far as Johnson, I don't really know. I don't know if that determination has been made yet either. But we'll see. We'll see. More than likely, probably, just to kind of set the expectation there. What's good, Haize? Bears should stay put or trade, or if trade does come, we should trade a day 3 pick or 4th rounder or later. You're asking. I'm not at the place where I'd be comfortable giving up a 1st or 2nd round pick unless you are getting a Pro Bowl, all pro level talent. I'm cool with giving up a day 3 pick, and day 4 or 4th rounder or later. I'm always cool with that if you get the right guy. Now, you can't give that up, and then in a year or two we're like Chase Claypool again. So you can't do that. But I do think that it is, it's an opportunity there, and we'll see. We're not signing top dollar players, exactly. Not with where we are right now. It's not happening. Man, what the fuck? At least we have excuses for why the defense isn't good because of the injury bug we got hit bad all over it sucks because I was really excited about what this defense could be on paper, considering Dennis Allen as the play caller and what we had talent-wise, especially in the defensive backs. And we've just been hit. Think about it. We've been hit at every level. The secondary. We got hit with Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, Terrell Smith, these guys being out, right? We just got Tyreek Stevenson back. The linebacker, we lost TJ Edwards for a large part of the season. Noah Sewell missed some games. And then on the defensive line, Grady Jarrett's missed some time. Now we're losing Dayo for the entirety of the year. We lost Austin Booker at the start. We got hit at every level. And not just back end of the bench players. We got hit by starters. That's crazy. If he get hurt again, he may want to leave again. That's funny. I suspect with JJ, it depends on how fast he heals from his surgery. Yeah, but I mean, the fact that it's been so quiet, now it could be so quiet because they just don't want to say anything until they're confident he's coming back. Or it could be quiet because they're like, this motherfucker ain't coming back. We ain't even finna be talking about it. We'll deal with it where we deal with it. I guess we shall see. Man. At 5-3, why not try to go after top defenses with picks, especially because 5-3 for the Chicago Bears is not like we're a dominant 5-3. You don't want to. You do not want to mortgage your future for a flash in the pan. Like the Eagles can do that. They're a Super Bowl contender. The Bears aren't that. We're still trying to make sure that we can even get into as a wild card. This is not the year to do that. Next year may be the year to do that. But as things stand right now, we still have too many pieces that we need to figure out to be giving up first two rounds, maybe even round 3 draft picks. We're too far away. We still need a running back. I get it. Kyle Monangai, and I think Kyle Monangai is going to be a Bear for a long time, but you still may want to shore that up, right? You need that. We still need some offensive line help. I don't think that we're settled in the place where we're so settled in our offensive line we may not need to draft that. We clearly need an edge. I get trying to give up a pick to get an edge, but if you can get an edge that can come in here and be your edge for the next 5 years, you want to do that. We still need some secondary help. Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker don't have contracts as far as next year. We don't know what's going to happen there. We don't know if the Bears feel confident giving Jaquan Brisker a new contract. We got way too many holes right now to be trying to give up top picks for a team that isn't yet a contender even in their division. Now, they've been good, and the record has them in a solid position, but it's way too much up in there and unknown for sure to say quite yet. It's way too much to say that quite yet. Stevenson wasn't moving well yesterday. He looked stiff in the steps. Yeah, I mean, he just did come back from injury. And I wouldn't be surprised if he came back a little early because they know that the Bears needed him. He did look stiff, and he didn't look like what he looked like earlier in the season before the bye week. So, hopefully Tyreek's able to get back to what he was before, and we'll see. I'm not going to lie. I was excited about the season due to the defense, but damn, God give us a break, man. Listen, it's tough. It's real tough. But all right, y'all, I just wanted to bring that update. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Chi Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, chicagobearscentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270. Hold on, I want to answer this. But you can't half-step to this. Hey, sometimes you got to make a calculated move. We can afford a second and third round pick no, we can't. See, that's not a half step. That's too much of a rush. Like, here's the thing with sports, and I say this, making a move to just become a playoff team and giving up key assets for it, you don't want to do that. It never works out. It never works out when you have not yet established yourself as a playoff team to give up major assets, because you can get a player just as good as the first or second round long term. You do not want to give up huge assets when you are just trying to become a playoff team. That's hurt the Bears in the past. It's hurt teams in the past. That's not what you wanted. That's not a half measure. That is a calculated measure, because you are not yet in a place to be able to give up major picks when you have not even become a playoff team yet. Establish yourself where you are with your core first. You got a lot of players you need to lock in first. Then you make the steps to sprinkle on top of that and get you over the top. You do not want to make, again, great point from Evie, you do not want to make a leap yet until you are sure that you are firmly in a position to contend for the playoffs every single year. We are in the first year of a new coach. It's not time to do that yet. It's just not time to do that yet. Now, if you were getting a surefire, like I said, all-pro guy that's already locked into a contract, maybe. But it's highly unlikely to do that. You don't skip steps just to become a playoff team. You need to be more calculated in that and patient to see that through and get on the other side, because that's where you build something more sustainable. Because let's say you make a big trade to become a playoff team, but then you get to the point where other teams are developing around you, and now you've given up a future first or a future second, and now you don't have something to replenish the team, because when you trade for veterans, you're not only losing draft capital, but then you're losing cap space, because those guys usually carry big contracts on top of that. So losing cap space and losing a draft pick before you really get to becoming a playoff team, that is burning too many assets at that point in time. Too many assets. So we'll see. But all right, You guys can follow us at Shy Bear Central. Send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Catch you guys on the next one. Chi-Town up. Bear down.